Welcome to Nintendo Ninja News. I'm your host, Chris Tysis. It's the NNN show. We were due to do another one, and as we're getting videos back up on Nintendo Ninja News, we are talking about Mario Kart Tour. As you know, it's had a pretty mixed reception, especially from the big fan base. In terms of, there's been some positive things about it, there's been some negative things, and I just thought I'd give a shout out to Whisk, who is, hello there. He's a bit tired at the moment. But I thought I would give my thoughts on Mario Kart Tour and what I think about it. You will get a review, which will talk more about the mechanics of it. And yes, I know there's some issues about the controls, which is a little bit different. But I think one of the main things that I have noticed from the Mario Kart fans and Nintendo fans in general is that they're complaining a lot about the aspects of the mobile phone game. Things like, you have to pay for a gold pass, you have to pay for this, you have to do things like that. And that's what mobile phone games are. You know, they're normally free to start, as Iwata sort of coined. These are free to start games, and you normally have to wait a little bit for things to reappear. You know, you play for a little bit, then you have to wait another 9 or 10 hours and things like that. They're all pretty much part and parcel of what mobile phone games are. Now, the thing is that a lot of Nintendo fans um, have high expectations of Nintendo. You know, they make great and stunning games and stuff like that. However, I think they need to understand the nature of mobile. There's a difference between, you know, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, where you have on your Switch console, of course you're going to get a full-fledged version of Mario Kart, and you'll have something that's more detailed. And yes, you pay up front and you get all these features and things like that. Where with this one, um, you get it for free. You get it for free, and you have to pay for certain things. So obviously the game is divided up with player levels, things like that, and it's all based on points. And yes, you get some coins where you do a coin rush, and obviously the main thing is rubies, where you have to pay for. And yes, the cost is quite a lot, up to $110 here in Australia if you want to go off and buy 135 of them. Now, of course, you get some freebies, rubies, and things like that in there. Now, my thoughts is, control-wise, it's not too bad. Um, there are obviously some issues with the controls, and some people suggested, oh, why can't I use a Bluetooth controller and things like that? And I think maybe that feature could be added in later on. But really, I think Nintendo just wants to have a mobile phone experience where you just use the touchscreens. I think if you start allowing people with Bluetooth controllers and things like that, it would give people a really big um, advantage over people who are only using touchscreen. So I think that's generally unfair on people who it would create a class divide. Like same thing with Fortnite, where they've got a servers where they have Switch players who have controllers and mobile phone users. And guess which one has the advantage? It's the Switch users. So I generally think the cups are fine. I'm not upset about having to wait another 7, 8 hours in terms of that, because you don't have to worry too much about. Um, that's part and parcel of the game. Now the gold pass is a bit of an issue because Apple recently revealed Apple Arcade, where you pay $5 a month and you get all these sort of, you know, interesting games you get on that platform that they've just launched. Unfortunately for Nintendo, $5 a month for the Mario Kart Gold Pass is a bit rich. I think it's a little too much, and I don't think it really offers much value, I would say. Now, so for the Gold Pass, you get gold gifts, and you can earn gold challenges, you know, badges. So you can, it's really just showing off. It's like, oh, I've got a gold badge, I'm paying $5 a month. blah, 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 which is okay. And you can unlock the 200cc races. Now, that part I know that people got a bit upset about. But it's like, the battle mode where people complained it wasn't in originally in Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, I believe. And then lots of people complained about it. They brought it back for deluxe and no one plays it. It's kind of like that. 200cc is not particularly popular with a lot of my friends and that. I don't particularly like it because it felt like they just added the feature after creating all the different courses, and you're just sort of slamming into walls all the time. And I have to use that brake button. Didn't know it existed for the first 20 years of Mario Kart, to be honest. But yes, so those are the different features you get from the Gold Pass. Oh, actually, it's $5 in America. It's actually $8 a month in Australia. And that's like paying for, why would I pay $8 a month for that if I could put that money towards a Spotify and get free songs, or that's actually more expensive than the Nintendo Online account. So money-wise, there's not a lot of value in the Gold Pass, I feel. And we'll save that for the review in terms of the mechanics and that. But I think overall, my thoughts is it's pretty positive. It's been downloaded over 20 million times, which is great. They've made a bit of money from it so far. The issue, I think, will be long-term in terms of can they continue to make money? Can they keep releasing interesting content to make this worthwhile? And I don't really know. I think they can. And some of the mechanics are really interesting in it that I will talk about in the review that I think could be carried over to the next Mario Kart game, Mario Kart 9 or something like that. No, that is not coming to the Switch. They'll be coming to the Switch 2 or the next Nintendo console. Remember, they only do one game per generation, which makes sense because why would you do a port of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe if you're going to make the next one anyway? So, but I think overall, I think Nintendo fans need to understand that it's going to be a totally different experience of Mario Kart on a mobile phone. And I think some people may have preferred to pay $10 outright and get all the features. But, Nintendo tried that with Mario Run, Super Mario Run, and it wasn't very successful. Most mobile phone users don't like to pay for stuff like that. They don't like to pay upfront for games. They want to play for free. And if they like the game a lot, they'll pay microtransactions to get things a little quicker and a little faster and things like that. So I think you've got a lot of hardcore gamers. I don't like using those words, but console gamers coming over to mobile phone and then complaining about how the environment is and how it's set up. So I think overall Mario Kart Tour would do all right, but it's really about promoting people on mobile phones to go off and buy a Switch. Now, I don't know how successful that's going to be, but we'll see what Nintendo does in the future. But that's all generally my thoughts on Mario Kart Tour. There will be a full review coming during the weekend, which will show off some of the gameplay mechanics of it. Could be a little difficult to record, seeming it's on my phone. So hopefully I can do the footage. But I think overall, I think the game is fine. Mechanically, it's a little bit tricky to use, but I like some of the things about it, and obviously there's a few things to iron out in the game. But I think Nintendo fans do need to understand that playing mobile phone versions of Nintendo is going to be a different experience from your full console games. You can't expect an $80 or $60 game to be packed in for free and you get everything for free and you can unlock the cups automatically one after another. It's just the nature of it. So that is it for me, and I shall see you next time.